Okay, y'all, so I'm back to charging my car, and I'm about to be eating. I know I said I've gained weight, but I've also, like, that's how I know I've gained weight. But how do I say this? Since now I'm mindful that I have gained 30 pounds, I've been, like, counting calories a bit. Like, I'm not consistent at counting calories, but it's like, if I count calories on Monday and I eat the same thing on Tuesday, I don't need to write down what I ate. I kind of already know. So, I've been just, like, counting my calories, being mindful of, like, my intake on sweets and food and all that. And, like, tonight, because it's, like, 8 o'clock at night, I'm working till, like, 5 a.m. I probably shouldn't eat this because Pop-Tarts be doing a lot. I'm sorry. Bear with me for a second. Pop-Tarts really do a lot. That place popping is faux. Okay. This is my part 2. So I did want to finish saying about how, I don't know if y'all think of it like that, or I don't know how you guys feel, like how your mental health is. Well, one thing is, just recently, I learned that I'm autistic. And it's so funny because it's like, I've also learned that, like, this whole time, I'm 37, I never knew what autism was. And we can do a whole video series on that. It's very, very interesting. If you're shocked that I'm autistic, like, if you're looking at me like, you don't look autistic, you do not know what it is. Most people don't know what autism is. Researchers and scientists don't even know what autism is. A lot of therapists don't even know what autism is. They expect it to look one way, even though they all say, it's a spectrum, it's a spectrum. Okay, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Like, they expect it to really just look one type of way. But it's in so many different ways that autism can look and how it manifests in each person or whatnot. But the reason that I brought that up is because I learned that I burn out very easily. And, like, throughout my life, there's just been cycles of me doing well, like getting things done, being organized, going to work, being happy, and then crashing. And right now I'm, like, in a period of, like, crash. But this is the first time where I've identified being autistic, and it sent me down just this rabbit hole of information where I'm like, oh, I'm burnt out. And it's like, it's those burnouts where it's like 1 or 2 days of rest. No, I'm still trying to figure out how you recover from a burnout. Autistic burnout is not the same as a non-autistic burnout. You could be down for a couple years, a few years, you know what I mean? Like, your executive functions decline, where it's like things that you used to could do, you really just can't do no more. And I'm like, bro, that is me. And that's why it's so weird, because, like, oh my God, don't get me started. This video is not supposed to be about autism, but it's so fascinating to me because, like, before I stumbled across autism, I was just thinking to myself, like, something is going on with me. Like, everything looks good on the outside. You know, I can talk, you know, and I'm very logical and I make a lot of sense. But it's not. Hold on, y'all. Because I did not tell my car to do that. I did not tell you to cut off. Hold on. because I want to talk, but I want this light to stay on. But I don't want my Bluetooth connection. So anyway, autism has just answered a lot of questions about my childhood and about my present day life. But it's also autism mixed with like some other stuff too. So one day we'll go through all the things. But right now, this video is about how the world, you cannot take a break. Like I was telling my therapist one day, if I was a woman who was married and I had the support from my husband, and I was like, babe, I need a break. Like, I can't go to work. Like, I need like the year off to just really think and find myself. I would be in a safe place to do so. It would be so safe. I could totally do that. It wouldn't be frowned upon. You know, I'm sure he would want to check in and be like, babe, you good? You know, but he with me every day. He can see I'm good. I'm in therapy. Like, I'm happy. I'm probably happier than I ever been, you know. But being like a single individual without having any support, you can't take a break. So guess what? I took my break. I said, I'm taking a break. You know what I mean? And it ain't been pretty, but I don't regret it because I just, whew, baby, I can't do it. All that working, oh, Jesus. Whew, Lord have mercy. I'm tired, just exhausted just doing this damn video. You know what I mean? And thinking about this stuff. So anyway, sorry, that just tore me up. That just made me exhausted just thinking about it. But yeah, so I think like, I don't know how you guys do it. I would love to hear how you guys do it who have kids and things like that. Again, I guess I'm incorporating the fact that I am autistic, so it's like doing one or two things. Like I could have a to-do list today of like 2 things and be like, I can barely get through one, you know. And that's honestly, this may sound very weird, but like when you are neurodivergent and you just like an out-of-the-box thinker, like you do things differently because it makes sense for you. Like part of moving into my car, it made a lot of sense for me because it kept me on track. And I knew it would, because like you can't sleep all day. Well, for me, I wasn't sleeping all day. I didn't have tinted windows. So it was like once that sun come up about 6:30, I'm up. 7 o'clock, I'm not sleeping past 7. You got all these walkers and runners and people looking in your car and all that. I'm up with them. I'm moving around. Now I'm at the gym by 8 o'clock. Every morning by 8 o'clock. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And because I'm not the type to just go to the gym and take a shower, I'm working out. I want to lose weight. I want to feel great. I want to be healthy. So I'm actually in the gym working out. Got a personal trainer, like learning how to feel more comfortable at the gym because now he's teaching me how to use all these machines. So now when I don't have a personal trainer, guess what? I still have the knowledge. I can still use these machines. And guess what? Since I'm not depending on my family to go over there and sleep and take showers and I'm just on my own, I'm at the gym every day. Like, you know what I mean? So it was like, for me, that was like the best built-in accountability living in my car, because it just kept me like prioritizing my fitness. Like, oh, I love that so much. And now I'm not in my car anymore. I haven't quite gotten completely stable just yet. Like I'm in between 2 types of housing. So I'm just trying to figure out by December where I'm going to be, what I'm going to be doing. But I want to get back into the gym before that. But it's just hard. Like, I guess, I don't know if I make things more difficult, but it's like, it's just hard. Like, like I will say, moving into my car is really like, it's affected my mental health negatively in the way of like, it's overstimulated me. Back to the autism, it's overstimulated me. And this was before I knew I had autism. I was just like, dang, like, you know, my little phobias got worse. You know, things that didn't bother me, or it was like maybe like a 1 or a 2 on the scale of bothersome, became like a 10, you know, to the point that I was like changing my behaviors. Like I used to love going to a coffee shop, having a seat, putting out my books, like on the laptop. Now I'm just like, I don't even want to go in here to get a drink. I'm just like, I can't go in. Like, I just clenching my pearls. Like, I cannot do it. Grocery stores, I used to love me going into a clean, nice little grocery store, like a Whole Foods or a Sprouts, taking my shopping cart, taking my time, perusing the aisles, now even the most fanciest grocery store, I have the worst anxiety going inside. I feel so dirty. Like, I don't want to say claustrophobic, but it's just like I feel so icky. Like, I have to watch my surroundings. I don't trust nothing. And it's not related to COVID as far as like germs. It's more so just like, I don't know. I have a huge phobia with like mops and stuff like that. So it's like, that's part of the issue going into stores. It's like, oh, am I going to see a mop? Like, I'm traumatized. Like, I don't know where I'm going to see this mop at. Like, I'm so haunted by this mop, you know? So it really like affects me negatively. Like, even like some nights when I'm thirsty and it's like, okay, just going into 7-Eleven, I don't even want to do that, you know? I'm just like, let me find a drive-through. I'll go to Starbucks and get water from Starbucks, you know? And then of course that's going to affect jobs, you know, where I want to work and things like that. It's just like, I don't have, you guys get it. I'm overwhelmed just thinking about it. And that was not the purpose of this video, to talk about autism and overstimulation. But that was kind of like, I don't know how we got here. I'm totally rambling. But that's just one thing, going back to the original thought of just like needing to take space. And like the way the world is set up, it's not set up for neurodivergent people. It's not set up for autistic people. It's not set up for disabled people. Like, you have to be ready to push through, do this. And it's like, I don't apologize for needing to take a fucking break. I can't take a break. Like, you have to be out of your fucking mind. Like, it's just crazy the way it's set up. And of course, like, it works for most people, but it doesn't work for everybody. But then it's sad because it's like, it puts people like me at such a huge disadvantage, where I can see how, like, you know, statistically, people who are autistic or disabled, they can become homeless, and they can, you know, start using drugs, or the suicide rate is higher. I can see why. Because it's like, you need, like, you know how, like, if you're in school or at a job and you need accommodations because you're like physically handicapped, you can get these accommodations. But like, sometimes there are certain mental handicaps that you may have and you don't get accommodations for, unless you have like a written up diagnosis by a doctor. And even that, like, sometimes it's hard to get a diagnosis, you know. It might not be a clear. When I was a behavior specialist, I worked with a little boy who was eating his poop, and he couldn't even get a fucking diagnosis. Like, they were saying he wasn't autistic. He clearly had sensory processing disorder. And when I did the research, a lot of kids struggle with sensory processing disorder, but it's not recognized by the DSMV as a standalone mental health illness. So it's only attached currently to autism. The last I checked, the DSMV is only attached to autism. So he couldn't get a diagnosis of sensory processing disorder. And I remember when I really came to the conclusion that this is what I feel like is going on with him, you know, when it comes to him tasting his poop and smelling his poop and holding on to his poop for a whole week or two before he pooped. And his behavior is fluctuating versus if he had a poop or didn't have a poop, and all the things surrounding it. One of my proudest moments too was helping the mother with that case. But I remember when I told her, she was an educator and she was a principal at a school, and when I told her, like, you know, this is what I think is going on, like, even her, like, I thought she would be happy to be like, okay, now I can kind of figure out. But she was like, because that's not a diagnosis, like, the school's not going to pay for that. Like, they're not going to pay for him to get the help he needs. And I remember she was just kind of like, ugh. I remember feeling like it was just a weird moment. Sorry, this man tripping. It was just a weird moment because it was like, it all boils down to like money, insurance, things like that. I know she's gonna get the help she needs. She was like a wealthy, she had the money, you know, she had a big nice house, good career, you know, good job, principal of a school. I know she was gonna advocate for him, but she knew it would be tough, you know. That is ghetto. My lighting system is real ghetto. I'm sorry. So yeah, so what I was saying is like the mental health system that we currently have, it works for a lot of people, but not for all. You know what I mean? Like, just imagine if he was born into like a poor family. And the thing was, he was an adopted kid, so he just already has so many strikes against him or whatever. But he luckily hooked up with a good woman. You can see that man in my thing back there. I can see him. I don't know if you guys can see him, but like right well, you can't see my finger right there. It's this homeless guy who's ranting and raving and all that, and I gotta watch people. The other day, a homeless guy kicked my car and put a big dent in it. I have a huge dent in my car. And like the other night, this guy was like on a scooter, and I like looked at him, and I don't know, maybe I need to smile at people. I don't really like looking at people and smiling. I just like look at you like and turn my head. I don't be thinking too much of nothing, but I'm not like, I don't do all that. I just be like, when I tell you I be pissing people off, like he looked at me and he was just like staring me down while he was on his scooter. Then he went into the street, and he was like in the middle of the street, right on the wrong side. And I like looked at him again as I was getting ready to turn onto the street and like turn. And I like looked at him. And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't turning my head because now I'm seeing that like he's doing a lot. So I'm just like looking at him. Now he like throwing up his hands and all this. And I'm like, so you want to fight me? Like, or the other day, the freaks really come out at night. It was like probably 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like near the Pasadena area, and this white guy who was like homeless, dirty looking, a lot of like energy though. He didn't have like backpacks and all that stuff with him, but he looked down and out. But he was eating the hell out some French fries. He had like a bag, and he's just like walking, eating the fries or whatever. And I'm like, sometimes when I'm in the car like this by myself with no camera on, I was having a full discussion, talking out loud to myself. Like, I'm like, yeah, so anyway, and then you would do this and you would do that and da 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 da. And like, I'm looking at him as he's crossing the street, and he catches me look at him. Tell me why he stopped in the middle of this big ass intersection and turns around, looks at me, and just stands there and like he eating his fries like, yeah, keep looking, bitch, like type of thing. And I'm up here looking like, you doing a lot. Like, I'm in my own world right now having a full conversation. I'm not really thinking about you. And it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Nobody's on the road but me. It's just like, why y'all giving me so much extra? Y'all niggas is weird. Like, seriously, I don't give a fuck about you. I really don't. Like, oh my God. Like, you want to fight me. You mad. You angry. Like, I be like, I really be bringing out like the worst in people. Like, I do not care about you at all. Like, God damn. When I tell you people want some validation, they want you to smile at them. It's like, leave me alone. Like, the fuck. Anyway, that's the pet peeve of mine. It's irritating. Like, people are so dumb. But back to what we were talking about, the support. Having like proper support and being able to take a break, and being able to take a break, and it not be frowned upon, or doing what you have to do. Every break looks different. Like, my break looks like me going to go live in my car and wake up by the beach some mornings. That was a break for me, being able to pour into my my physical health, which I missed that so much because I have not worked out. Like I said, this year has been crazy. So I really haven't worked out much. Can't wait to get back into that. So yeah, I'm curious to see how other people do it though. And the next thing I wanted to talk about, it was something else I wanted to talk about. This is why you gotta have notes. Oh yeah, I know what I want to talk about. This video is like 20 minutes long. I don't know about y'all, But I like me a long video. But I don't know if it's that good. I'm doing a lot. My car is almost done charging. So I think I'm gonna save this topic for another video. If you've made it to this point in the video, tell me, it's like, since you kind of see what I'm going through right now in my life, I haven't really told you much about me. I mean, I have, but I would really love to break it down and kind of go back to the beginning, which I will do eventually. But let me know what type of videos you want to see. If you have any questions for me, I can answer in video style. If you have more questions about my journey or want me to talk about a certain part of my journey or whatnot, or if you have suggestions, I'm open to all of that. And also, like, if you like short or long videos, like I said, I love to watch a content creator. When I see like my favorite content creator and they have like a 45-minute video, hour and 20-minute video, I'm like, that was up. That was up. Not saying the whole video be something that I be into, because it's usually like a vlog. But I love like a get ready with me with like a content creator who who's giving like some good, like, just words of wisdom. I like them life type discussions. There's this one girl, I'm trying to think of her name. She's like so pretty, but like her attitude seemed real down to earth. I can't even think of her name, because I haven't seen her pop up on my feed in a minute. And it's possible, I'm not gonna lie, it's possible I unsubscribed from her, because when I first came across her, she was doing like a life type of video, but she's like a beauty blogger, and I'm not really into beauty bloggers, but she was doing like about life and just saying some real stuff. And I liked her voice because, so it's some girls that are like born really pretty, like they fit the mold of like a model, you know, like they fit that mode, but like they didn't grow up like that. Maybe they just kind of got into it, so they still have like a very like down to earth, around the way girl type of like vibe. And I like those kind of girls, and that's kind of how she is. So like even her voice, like she had kind of like a, I don't want to say a raspy voice. It wasn't raspy. It was like a unique little voice. Nothing too crazy, but even like just the tone of her voice was like, just like really like authentic, you know? So I used to like it when she would do her real type of videos about like her struggle to the top or her mental health or whatever. But then I'm thinking that maybe I unsubscribed, because like it's possible that then she got back into like the beauty blogging and this is the shoes I bought, this is the shirt that match type of shit, and that's not really my get down. So it's possible that I'm gonna have to go back and look, because that's her name, like Tiara Walker, I think that's her name. I'm so glad that name just came to me. I'm actually about to search her up. So anyway, I said a lot to say nothing. All right, forgive me. I'm about to probably get me some coffee so I can begin driving. But it's been beautiful. This is so therapeutic whenever I get to share my thoughts with you guys and just share my videos. Like, subscribe, help build me up, you know what I'm saying, so I can connect with more wonderful people like yourselves. Deuces.